Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brandon Shank, and welcome to the Brandon Shank Podcast.
Hey, guys, I'm recording my podcast. Everybody shut up. Hey, man, what's up?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
You got all that family around? Is that?
Oh, no, I'm here in the office.
No.
I'm,
Just by yourself. Yeah.
Family? No.
I will
Where
say
you at?
I'm in my in-laws, but it is empty. It is absolutely empty. There ain't nobody here, man.
How'd you pull that off?
I said I got to record a podcast. Get out, and they all
Man,
left.
I tell them get out, and they all come to the room. I'm at my house, and we just moved, so I'm in what will eventually be my office. And I feel like this is such a special moment for me. I have asked my wife for two things in this home: my own office, because she has hers already set up. It's nice. Mine, it's the catch-all. And I forget what the second thing was, because I'm here in my office. This is the first thing I've done out of this space productive, and I can't tell you how great it feels.
There you go, man.
Now, it looks great on the screen for those that are watching the video version, but it's chaos in here.
You sent me a picture before the podcast. You have a tiny little corner to yourself.
And that's a vast understatement of what this mess is, man. I told my wife, can you just buy me a desk? And I was working the mess.
You should have went outside, man. We should have done the podcast outside. That's what we.
Dude, I thought about it. It's just raining, man. It's nasty.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I'm here in Maryland. Good old Williamsport, Maryland.
Oh yeah.
It rained all day yesterday, nonstop. Really? Yeah, it was bad.
See, it didn't rain here much. It did a little bit. It was just cloudy, but it's raining now. But now, well, it stopped now, but it was pouring last night. And where we live, it's just farms everywhere. And so it was so loud. I was telling you that before we came on. Just the wind was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So loud. So you didn't sleep. It was just so noisy. But I heard it's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yeah. Excited. They say this is going to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel holiday, potentially in a really, really, really long time. And they said, despite inflation, they're saying that millions are still expected to hit the roads and the airports. And so I can speak to this from my perspective of my friends. There's a lot of my friends that are leaving town this year that usually don't, for whatever reason. Just a ton of people leaving. We usually leave at Thanksgiving, but I actually am looking forward to being home this year. Yeah, so I feel like life has to slow down a little bit right now. Sunday's still coming.
I get that. Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, they say the busiest days will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the Sunday after Thanksgiving. But I've heard the Sunday after Thanksgiving is the busiest travel day in every year.
Everybody's got to get back, man. Yeah.
Got to get back.
Yeah, that's why we're coming back Saturday. Obviously, church on Sunday, but said no, I ain't dealing with that.
See, we're hardcore, man. They say, hey, we're hardcore. We come back for church, baby. We ain't taking off. What you mean taking off?
Oh, yeah. Exactly, dude. Got to be there. The first Sunday of December? Come on, dude.
Come on. Actually, it's the last Sunday of November, isn't it?
Oh, you're totally right. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm wrong.
None of that. So I'm representing my local colors here. I got my Maryland shirt on. Almost took out Michigan last week. Represent the locals.
Hey, hold on. Keep talking. Give me 1 sec, though.
Okay. Corey's got a little something. I can't wait to see what he pulls out of the hat. I hope he owns it and he doesn't somebody else own it, but we'll see. Oh, some kicks.
Did you see him? Oh, yeah, I got
bit.
that one. So I'm coaching basketball this year for my son. And so my wife was like, I need to get you some new basketball shoes.
Nice.
Look at this, and look, the Maryland. Look on the inside of this one too. The Maryland flag on the inside.
Oh, are they Under Armour?
They're
they are Under Armour.
They are. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Those are awesome, man. Represent, baby.
Look at those boats, man. Look at those boats.
Let's go.
What are you talking about?
Way to
I
go.
don't really watch. I mean, I watch college basketball. I don't really follow it as much. But I told my wife, she was like, "I know they're Maryland." I said, "Well, that would be my team if I did really care." Represent and born in Maryland, dude.
Maryland basketball games are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. Last Maryland basketball game I went to, one of my buddies was a GA, a graduate assistant for Florida State, and we had floor seats. It was awesome. Yeah,
That's
me and my dad's been a diehard Maryland fan my whole life. We get there, and the usher, we give him the tickets. The usher says, all right, come with me. And we're thinking, we're going to be in 10th, 15th row. He walks us down on the floor. Our feet are on the floor.
Oh,
I've never had those kind of seats. It was awesome.
I want to go. I've never been to a basketball game.
The Maryland games are fun, man. Their stadium, the Comcast Center, is super nice. It's a good time.
Sounds fun.
Speaking of sports, the other night, did you watch the Chiefs and Eagles game?
I sure did.
Dude, did you see that? Okay, so with less than 2 minutes left, Marquez Valdez-Scantling dropped a wide open ball. He had to his credit, he had the dude beat by 5 steps. Yeah. And I thought, so when he dropped it, Mahomes' press conference, Mahomes said, I could have thrown the ball a little bit shorter. And then he went on to say, he was like, he did his job. He was wide open. And I thought, what a classy move, Patrick.
Yeah.
That's a great leader. He took some of it on himself and said, I could have thrown. And everybody that watching the game knows that was a dime.
Yeah.
That hit him right in the hands.
Yeah.
And, he's not a perfect person. He's a person. So he dropped the ball. He's an NFL player. He's good. He had a moment. We all have them. His just happened to be on national television facing the best record in football. But I was like, man,
they had a couple passes
that
like that
Mahomes.
all night. They had it was like 3 passes like that. They were just like whoop, like right through the guy's hands. Yeah,
3rd and 2. They had Patrick Mahomes was just voted the best player by the NFL players. When you get voted that by your peers, he's the best.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. I saw a video of him playing basketball the other day, and I was like, dude, he could play high level basketball too.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I always feel like guys who are really good at basketball and whatever sport they're in are just so athletic. Because I feel like basketball is. I've met basketball players who can't hit a baseball to save their life. I've met basketball players who they're okay with the football, and so they're great basketball players. But I feel like anybody who plays another sport and can also play basketball is genuinely just a fine-tuned athlete.
Yeah, wasn't basketball kind of? I don't know if it was invented for that reason, but kind of like in between seasons you stay fit by playing basketball.
I don't know. That's what I did. I played football in high school, and then all the coaches always wanted me to come out and stuff for basketball, but it was my off season, and then I'd start baseball in like February. Honestly, I knew if I got on the team, I wasn't playing. So I was like, I don't want to practice for 2 months to sit on the bench. But you disappeared, bro. I can hear you though.
Okay, good.
We're back. That was the first time in the history of the podcast that we haven't had a full frame.
Whoops.
Nothing wrong. Hey, Starbucks, they're going to be hopping these holidays. Can we be honest?
Always.
Nothing better than a pit stop at the old coffee grinder. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that's true.
I will say this. Starbucks recently has smelled like a toilet. I don't know why. Everyone I've gone in. I don't know if it's a new blend, but I walk in there and I'm like, where's the dirty? There's got to be a dirty mop around here on the floor somewhere. It just smelled like dirty water and doo-doo. I'm like, where is that smell? So Starbucks, if you're listening, man, I love your coffee, but whatever that smell is on the inside of your place, we get that fixed. You know what I mean?
That's strange. You'd think it would just smell like coffee, but
so let me tell you what happened yesterday. I had a couple hours in between I had a lunch appointment and then I had a dinner for my brother-in-law's birthday, and so I had a little bit of time in between, and so I went to Starbucks to get some work done. And I go in there and I order a tall, because it was late in the afternoon, I ordered a tall Thanksgiving blend, 2 pumps of hazelnut, steamed half and half.
Okay.
And then just a water, and then a cake pop.
Gotta get that cake pop, dude.
Gotta get that cake pop.
Oh, man.
And the place was packed. It was standing room only. And when you go up to retrieve your items, it was kind of like going to the pencil sharpener in 4th grade, where everybody's staring at you and they're checking you up and down.
I feel like you have a lot of trauma related to
I mean,
this is like the second or third time you've told a pencil sharpener story.
Hey, well, I had good shoes back in the day, so I always had confidence.
There you go.
Walking to the pencil sharpener. So
I like it.
They called my name, and my coffee wasn't ready, and apparently my water hadn't been poured. And they called my name, and they said, "Cake pop for Brandon." The only thing I ordered, like I went to Starbucks with one purpose: to get a cake pop.
Here you go, sir.
I was like, everyone looked at me, and I don't embarrass easily, but I can say I've never wanted one of my children to be with me more than in that moment.
You're like,
yeah. I was like, please, anybody right now, Lord, just take me. If there's a moment, take me. There's all these people. Like, no, bro, I didn't. I almost wanted to turn around and said, I ordered more than a cake pop, okay? The double venti quadro espresso is being made.
Oh, gosh.
All black, no cream, hardcore. I put it in my veins, But I just took my cake pop and lowered my head and walked to my table.
What flavor cake pop was it?
Cookies and cream.
Okay.
Cookies and cream cake pop with a smiley face for Brandon.
Here's your strawberry cake pop, sir.
I was like, so Starbucks, if you're listening, is there a less intrusive way to announce my order? Is there a more private way? I mean, we're all about making people feel comfortable these days. So is there a way you can just text me and say your cake pop is ready? I mean, is there something we can do to alleviate the embarrassment that I faced in your store yesterday?
I'll pick it up in the back door. Yeah.
Yeah. That and it smelled like a toilet. It was just a bad moment. But the coffee was delicious. It was piping hot. The cake pop hit the spot and the water was cold. So Starbucks, you hit out the park.
That's
but I was
hilarious.
embarrassed. Isn't that funny?
Man, I wish I was there.
I do too. Because I'd have made you go up and get it. They ain't going to say nothing to you.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't have cared. I love cake pops. I'm ready.
Hey, I was just, it was just one of those moments. You just look at yourself and you think, it is what it is. Hey, you asked for it. You knew it was coming?
I got
Yeah!
Don't blame me. You asked for it.
I'm going to digitally put in a cake pop right here.
Do what?
I said I'm going to digitally just put in me holding a cake pop for this podcast.
Yeah, they're delicious though, man.
They are really good.
So I heard a disturbing fact. This is disgusting. Over Thanksgiving, people are expecting to gain an average of 8 pounds this week.
Oh, gosh.
That is, even saying that, it hits my gag reflex. What are you eating? What are you, 8 pounds? That's a newborn.
Out here
Are you
eating
for real?
turkey babies.
You're eating the whole stinking thing and his little brother. 8 pounds?
That's a lot.
Come on, man.
Yeah. We're just gorging
People,
ourselves.
we need to be, we got to be more than this.
Yeah.
We got to be more than this.
I mean, it has, dude, it's been on my brain. I've told Lauren, I was like, look, because I'm here all week and I'm at my in-laws and they cook and they're literally like, oh, should we make 30 pounds of potatoes this year? Like they have a lot of food. And so I'm like, look, all week, I'm not eating until Thursday. Like it's just not, I'm prepping my body for Thursday.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to eat and you're going to fall asleep and wake up Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah, we got to go. Whoops.
I mean, but what do people eat? Like an entire buffalo? 8 pounds?
Yeah.
Like have some discipline. I mean, listen, Thanksgiving is fun. Eat until your heart's content.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine eating the volume of 8 pounds worth of weight gain.
To gain 8. Yeah, because that's way more than 8 pounds of food.
If you're out there gaining 8 pounds on Thanksgiving, I want to give you a shout out and say you have embraced this holiday. Well done.
Yeah, it's yours.
I don't think it's possible for me. I have way too many legalistic rules around my eating.
Yeah.
To allow me to have that kind of a good time. And that's on me. That's on me. I'm not enjoying this holiday to its fullest. Those of you who can, enjoy it because people like me are living in trap.
But do you actually enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
If it's
but I have a strict rule.
That much food, though? I feel
let
like
me give you a strict rule that I have. Even on Thanksgiving, I don't derail from this rule.
Okay.
1 sweet a day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good rule.
It's a good rule. Now, that doesn't mean I don't eat 1 sweet every day. So I'm not saying I'm a healthy eater. I'm just saying, so even on Thanksgiving, if I eat a piece of pumpkin pie after lunch, I don't eat a piece of another one after dinner. I get 1 all day. And I'm not saying that's a good rule. I'm saying it is a rule that I just won't break it.
Yeah.
So am I enjoying the holiday? Probably not. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy the holiday because I know when I eat like that, I just don't feel right, man. Something's off. I think it's my kidneys yelling for mercy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna say it now. Get some water in you. Get some water in you.
Yeah, throw some water down. I mean, we're not drinking alcohol here.
Your body needs
some people
it.
are, but I'm saying we're not talking about alcohol. We're talking about food,
Put some water in your system before you eat. And also, it's good when you put some water in your system, you don't eat as much.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. What are 3 things that can't be missed at Thanksgiving? 3 things, any item. That absolutely, they're must-haves.
Number 1, pumpkin pie.
It's a good one.
Number 2,
are you a Cool Whip guy?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool Whip.
Yeah, I assumed you would be. You're a fun fellow.
Absolutely. And it's got to be cold. Cold pumpkin pie.
100%.
With cold.
I don't like warm
Cool
desserts
Whip.
anyway.
Yeah.
If I have warm desserts, I got to have ice cream.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
Number 2, cranberry sauce.
Blech.
Gotta have the cranberry sauce from the can.
That's disgusting. Yeah,
cranberry sauce from the can.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's like you chew it and it's like something. It's like a piece of fruit just had diarrhea in your mouth. It's like, I don't know what a better way to describe it. Like the grossest way I can think of it is a piece of fruit had an accident while you're chewing it, and that's what it feels like in my mouth when I have cranberry sauce out of a can, dude. It is the most vulgar thing in my mouth I can ever imagine.
It's delicious. It's fruit jello.
It's not even jello. It's like
it's fruit jello. Yeah.
It's grainy goo in my mouth.
No. I'm not talking not the grainy kind. I'm talking straight out of the can.
The almost see-through kind.
Everything. Yeah. I'm talking that kind.
It's still nasty. Yeah. I can't stand it. Ugh, my wife loves that stuff. I don't know how y'all eat it. And I'm not a picky eater. There's not many things on this earth. Could I eat it? Yes. But for me, it's not even the flavor, because I like cranberry sauce that has like, it's like almost mixed up and it's got like the cranberries in it, like chunky.
The real cranberry sauce.
I like
it's
that.
not it's
I like
not
that.
artificial. Yeah.
Yes,
No, I want
like
artificial.
That. And I can throw down on that. But the artificial stuff,
no,
it's the texture that gets me.
I want fake all the way. Give me fake. Yeah. And then number 3.
I'm sorry for that word picture I gave earlier. I just can't think of anything better because that's what I think of, and it just makes me nauseous. Anyway, moving on.
Number 3 is mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Yep, that's my 3.
Those are good. You didn't mention any meat in there.
I didn't. No, I mean, that would be turkey would be 4, but
so you could eat a meal with cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie.
I absolutely could. Yeah.
I mean, all right. I like that. That's a good list. Good list. I would say the majority of people listening would love that list.
Maybe. They probably fight me on cranberry sauce. There's people that'll fight me on it.
I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised how many people would really be on board with that.
Okay.
My wife would be all over that thing.
Yeah.
But she obviously got a really bad palate as well. But no. Listen, I took an absolute beating over my Halloween candy list. So,
oh man.
I'm at this point I'm bulletproof. I'm resilient when it comes to all the hate.
All right, well, what's your 3?
All right. These aren't in a specific order. These are just 3 things that I love. One would be my grandma makes these stuffing balls. They're not just stuffing, but they're stuffing balls. They got a great consistency.
Yeah.
They're just delicious.
Yeah.
That would be one of them.
That's usually high on people's list.
Yeah, stuffing balls. I would say sweet potato casserole. Yeah. My wife makes it with this. It's called Mexican vanilla. And that is the ingredient that takes it to another place.
Okay.
We had friends make it for us years ago, and we got the recipe. And I like marshmallows on mine, but these have nuts on top, which sound gross. But I'm telling you, I thought the same thing. But when you try this recipe that my wife has, it is the best sweet potatoes I've ever had in my life. So, yeah. So I would say sweet potatoes, stuffing balls, and then I would say smoked. Yeah. A smoked turkey.
Yep.
So we usually smoke a turkey breast, and then we'll do like one in a fryer. We use an infrared fryer, but we use that, and then we do I'll use my smoker, and we'll smoke some turkey breast. Yeah. And then we have a ham and stuff like that. But yeah, smoked turkey breast is one of my favorite things because it comes out and the meat is tender. It's almost sweet. You give me that with some sweet potatoes and stuffing balls, my day is made.
Yeah.
I don't even need dessert. Sweet potatoes. Yeah. So what's your favorite way? So and let us know, what is y'all's 3 favorite things that can't be missed? So when this clip goes viral because of our disgusting cranberry
both of our
sauce.
number 2s, we hated each other's number 2s.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: what is your favorite 3 things that we can't miss? All right, let us know.
Yes.
But so then, Corey, what's your favorite way to spend Thanksgiving? Like, what's a tradition? Just one big tradition. You're like, this has to happen every year.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. So I think I've talked about this before, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get to do it this year, but I remember growing up, we'll do some kind of form of it. But growing up, we'd always go up to my mom's parents' house up in good old Cumberland. And yeah, dude, we'd have
church coming near you.
We'd have Thanksgiving dinner. And then after we would eat, usually like kind of like a late lunch. And after we'd eat, we go out to this massive field because my grandparents had a ton of acres, and we shoot clay pigeons. And so it's just, you spend all afternoon just out there shooting clay pigeons. This year, though, what we've done, at my in-laws is we'll get out the boys and stuff. We'll get out the BB guns and we'll just set up some targets and stuff, and we'll shoot some BB gun targets and stuff. So that's always fun. I like doing that kind of stuff, especially my boys really love it. Aiden, dude, he's an ace shot, man. You gotta watch out for that kid. Last year he was ping, 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 or the year before that, I think too. So that's awesome. Just hanging out with family, man.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a good tradition. We've camped the last couple of years. We usually went up to my wife's grandmother's who lived in West Virginia, and beautiful mountains. We usually just camp up there. We go hiking and stuff. But one tradition that I can take with me, whether I'm on the road or here, I love the Macy's Day Parade. I don't watch all of it,
Yeah.
but I got to watch a lot of it. You
It's
know what
always
I mean?
on. Yeah.
Always on, man.
Yeah.
Always on. That's like one of my things, like the Macy's Day Parade. I just love it. I love the bands. It's just a part of Thanksgiving that I just, it's
Yeah.
not Thanksgiving without it to me. So
You got a football game too.
yeah, that is true. I mean, those are Thanksgiving traditions I don't miss. Like for me, Thanksgiving is like we throw down, we cook, man. Like me this year, my father-in-law, like we will throw down, and we make tons of meat. Like I said, we smoke stuff, we fry stuff, we have a whole variety, and the pies. My wife, she just makes pies after pies. So we'll have all that, but I just want to make sure that I can kick it on the couch and watch football the rest of the day, and then Friday do the same thing. Kids can go outside, run around. We'll do stuff like we'll play football in the yard, stuff like that. But gotta have that parade, man.
Oh yeah.
So I was recently reading this article that was kind of alarming, but it said we have a problem with kids and what they call overly connected teens not getting any moment of unadulterated silence. Now, I think, Corey, if you and I were looking at this, we'd probably say, well, that's probably the same issue with adults. There's no unadulterated silence, not just from our kids, but from phones.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they said, are kids in need of a digital detox? This was a trend in church a long time ago when people stopped fasting food and they'd fast social media. Hey, we're going to fast our phones. And it's really it's significant and it works, right? It's a good thing. But according to Future Party, the average kid in the U.S. between 11 and 17 receives 237 notifications a day, and some up to 5,000.
Goodness.
Yeah, 49% of kids say it keeps them up at night. And I was like, well, not my kids. Their phones are in our bedroom.
Yeah.
So our kids, when they come home at night, we lock them down with the parent app thing, but then they got to put them in our room to charge them. So they don't get to keep in their rooms anyway. But the issue is that the dopamine hit that comes with notifications, each hit is being a shot of that dopamine. And I've heard this before. I don't know how much I believe it because I think I'm addicted too when it comes to notifications sometimes. I turn all my notifications off. So the only ones I get is my text messages. And even them, I text messages and emails. I don't have notifications on. Like I have to check them for them to come through. I don't have push. I do all that on purpose to where like the only way I get information is if I seek it out.
Yeah.
So that I'm not constantly getting hit up. But 58% report they spend less time with friends to be on phones, and 30% use phones to avoid feelings.
Jeez.
So I think there's a lot of truth in this, but I think it's honestly, for me, when I read this, I felt like it was as much an issue for adults as it is teens.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think
teens emulate what their parents do.
Yeah. And
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Like I can work all day, all night. I can be a workaholic very easily. And my wife has to say, hey, put it down. I used to not be like that, but I found that some things I don't consider work that are, whether it's Instagram or different things or people hitting me up or stuff from the podcast or from church. Like, they're just friends and relationships, but you don't realize they're just people you love being around, but it's still things taking you away from where you're currently at. You're not present.
Yeah. It's crazy too. I even came across a video too of of like a dad basically describing that like, hey, when I do my Bible reading time, I realized that like I want to be holding a physical Bible because if I'm reading it on my phone or the app to my kids, it just looks like I'm on my phone. And I was like, man, we don't even think about that kind of stuff. Like
actually, I do the same exact thing for that reason.
Yeah, dude. No.
I started reading out of. I didn't mean. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I heard that and I was like, man, because I'm an app guy. I tend to be in the app and I highlight things there and I'm like, well, man, I should, because to my kids, it probably just does look like I'm sitting in the corner, just on my phone, and that's crazy.
Yeah, like, I actually read on my physical Bible for that reason. In the mornings when I'll get my Bible out of my bag, whatever, and sit down and read it physically because I feel like that. I just feel like it's more engaging for me because I think that mentally when I look at my phone, it's work. And I read my phone. I still read my Bible on my phone on the YouVersion app. Great app if you guys are looking for a great Bible app for your phone. Yeah. But I feel like reading it physically. In fact, when I do my research, when I do a message prep, I always have my Bible open and I'm flipping physically through the Bible to look at things a lot of times because sometimes you don't get a feel for where things are at in Scripture until you look and see where they're actually located.
Yeah.
And that's not with everyone, but a lot of them,
Yeah.
So I think there's something to say for that.
That's good.
So the thing is this, if your kids have phones, like my 11-year-old just got a phone for his birthday. Like people would be irate about that. My Caden turns 13 tomorrow. He has a phone. We actually got him a phone because he could use pictures and videos, and he helps me with like any social stuff. Like he works on our production team at church. Like he's very involved. And he loves that
super
stuff.
good.
I mean,
super good,
yeah.
man. He's running that handheld camera like a boss, man.
Well, his YouTube stuff, he had a YouTube channel like 4 years ago, and he ran that off of his tiny little iPod Touch. Like he made videos and edited them on an iPod Touch. I can't imagine how miserable that would be. I mean, it might help when you have tiny fingers, but I can't imagine how miserable that would be. So, but my kids, we just have rules, and I think that a lot of people, you may not agree with that because they say, well, but we have rules. So I feel like everything can be a good thing if there's rules, if you have something for them. And so we just have rules with them, and it gives them some freedom. You know, we just moved out in the country. I say moved out in the country, moved 10 minutes outside of like away from Walmart, you know, but Rylan switched schools. He's my 5th grader, and, you know, he's only got half a year left. And so he had to leave all of his friends that he's known. And so we got him a phone so he can connect with his friends for his birthday, because he's the one who gave up the most. I mean, Caden got to stay at the same school. My 2 little guys, they're 3rd and 1st grade. Like they don't care, you know?
Yeah.
And they love the school. It's just, you know, all of his friends that he had for years are the other one, all those guys he played baseball with and all that. So I say that because, I think just knowing, and I think kids just emulate what we do. So, and that's a heart check for me, because Caden, he sometimes get on that thing and just stay on it. But I realized I'm on it all the time. You know, like last night we left a party and I drove, and all the boys went with Casey. I said, man, that one hurt. I was like, no one want to ride with me. She goes, well, Rylan said you'd probably be on your phone anyway, meaning talking to somebody. And I realized I do that a lot because I have a drive. And so now it's a great time to talk on the phone from my house to wherever I'm headed. It's a great time to connect with people. But it just makes you realize, like, they're in the car with me all the time and I'm on the phone. It kind of was not a slap in my face. It was open your eyes a little bit and realize what kind of culture you're setting in your home.
Yeah.
And now you and I both know if a kid has a phone, they're at church or wherever we're at with them, they're going to have it out and they're doing their thing. Like we're at dinner, I'll tell the boys, hey, put them away, you know? So it's the same thing adults do.
And it's a tool. Yeah, it's a tool. And I think I literally just did this the other day, and I would highly encourage everybody to do it. There's settings on your phone where you can track essentially your screen time and how much you're in different apps and that kind of stuff. And then at the end of a week, you can go back and look to see how many hours you spent on those apps or minutes or whatever, track it, and then look at it. Because I think for me, it was like kind of like a humbling experience of like, oh boy, okay, well, I need to make some changes here, you know, because when you look at a week, you're like, I spent that much time on that singular app, and you're like, all right. And then you can, in your phone, you can set parameters. You can literally tell that app, I only want to look at this app this amount of time a day or a week, you know. I don't know. It's kind of a humbling experience. And so I'd encourage everybody to do it. It just, you learn more about yourself and how you can set better boundaries moving forward.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I feel bad for kids these days is the kids working the registers at all these restaurants or carryout places that have to look at the customer after they take their money and turn the screen towards them and say, if you'd like to tip.
You're bringing it back, huh?
I can't stay away from it.
You and Buddy.
Yeah, to tip or not to tip. This is my thing. These CEOs in businesses that pay their workers now want to cut that cost and make us pay the workers.
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
I've had about Siri is talking to me. Hold on. What is happening today with all of our technology? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it. No. So you're good.
Technology's going crazy on us today. Thanksgiving. Everybody just left work early, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
So technology there's no holds. AI has gone nuts. But the kid has to turn this towards you. They're trying to make a living like everybody else, and now they get paid by the hour. Then if they have 50 customers in a day, they have to turn that screen 50 times. If only 25 give them even $1 tip, that means 25 rejections every day that kid has to face to make some money to get on with their life. I mean, how does this continue? People are just asking for free money. You didn't do anything different than 3 years ago when you took my order. Your boss just doesn't want to pay you. He wants me to. She wants me to. I mean, you pushed some buttons, took my money, and you're asking me to pay you for what your company should be paying. You know, it's unbelievably ridiculous. Something's got to give. The government needs to step in and halt all of this extra money they're begging us for, and they're doing the same job they did 3 years ago. I say the government because I don't know what else to do. You know, they seem to throttle other things. So why not throttle this? Just I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I'm outraged.
Yeah. I have no problem hitting no. But here's Buddy and I talked about this the other day. So we have shout out to Benny's Pizza in Town Center because we go to Benny's Pizza probably every Tuesday. So like once a week, getting a nice gigantic
You
slice
get free
of pizza from
sometimes,
there.
man. You can't.
Dude, that's true. He does.
Yeah.
We sit there and we talk, and he does.
This is
hook
not
us
a
up
paid
with-
ad by Benny's. This is
No.
only. But Corey's the only one that is reaping rewards from shouting out Benny's. By the way, just so everybody knows. We
But
are
I'll-
open for
Yeah.
ads if anybody would like to throw one on here.
I tip every time at
kidding.
that place because I like them. I like those people. They're super nice, and that's my new standard. Is like if you're nice, if you're awesome, if I like you as a human being, as a company, and he hits us up with some free pizza from time to time. Like the one time he was getting ready to give me a slice, and he's like, I don't know, that it wasn't burnt at all, but he was like, it kind of looks a little burnt. I'm gonna get you another piece, but he let me take that piece. Like it's just kind of I'm tipping you, but any other place, no, I don't. I'm like, nope, decline.
Bro, that ain't a tip. He giving you free stuff.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Well, he might be giving me free stuff because I started tipping. No, we're also there every
Listen,
Tuesday. We're regulars now at this point.
You are. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I'm outraged, and I've had enough of it. And but I still pay tips
Everywhere.
everywhere
Have you seen
know
the why?
because it's not the workers' fault that they're being put out there with the cardboard
Yeah,
sign
no.
saying "tip me." You
No.
know, and God's been so good to me. I have no problem sharing it. But those companies, man, they're greedy. They need to get theirs. Like, pay your workers.
Yeah.
Pay them the overhead that you're charging everybody else. You get to a place where it's laughable. Like you're doing the same thing you did 3 years ago. I understand inflation's real. Everybody has the same jobs, making a tiny bit more money, having to pay more for everything. But I just think and I know you're like, well, don't get fired up about it. Just say no. But I when I look at those high school kids that are working the registers, I'm like, they didn't put themselves in this position. I
Yeah.
give them, you know what I mean? Like I feel for them, and I know
Yeah.
they probably don't care. But I would have
The
hated doing that,
Yeah,
asking
the-
people all the time for tips because I took 12 seconds and took your order and touched the screen in a way you could have done it. You know what I mean? It's just I don't like it. I don't like it, man.
Yeah, the problem is it takes one big company to make that change, and then everyone else is like, "Well, geez, they're doing it.
Yeah, Walmart's
Why
gonna start
shouldn't
doing
we?"
it. You're gonna check you out. Say, would you like to tip your checkout?
Yeah, you're gonna self checkout, and then you're gonna have
Dude.
to tip yourself.
The machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
The
telling you,
machine
it's
did all
coming.
the work.
Watch. It's coming. Watch. You guys watch. It's going to come to the grocery stores. It's going to come to everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Would you like to tip this person? I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh man.
Don't be greedy, and just remember who you
Yeah.
represent. And, it's bigger. Bigger
Have
than
you
that.
seen the video of the guy that he's at like a pet store, and like the little thing pops up on the screen? He's like, "Would you like to donate to some
Yeah.
puppy thing?" He's like, "No," and then it says, "Are you sure you don't want to kill this puppy?" And he's like, like he keeps getting more and more.
Do you hate
intense.
dogs? No.
Yeah,
Well, then do you want to donate? No. Well, then you hate dogs. Don't you? No.
That's how it
Yeah.
feels.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm with you. Hey,
Yeah.
I think we got to stop the podcast right now. We need to give a shout out to Snoop Dogg and Meek
Okay.
Mill.
Okay.
They both stopped smoking weed. So shout out to Snoop Dogg
okay.
and Meek Mill. Snoop Dogg announced it.
Yeah.
He announced it on X, formerly known as Twitter, and or Meek Mill did. And Snoop asked for his privacy, and Meek said that he has emphysema, and the doctor told him, "Hey, if you don't stop smoking, it's going to cut your lifeline in half."
Oh man.
So
okay. I didn't know
I'm
that.
just saying, yeah.
Man.
So hey, shout out to Snoop Dogg and Meek Mill. Way to take a step because I don't think people realize how many people will quit because they quit.
Yeah, I mean, potentially. Yeah, there's an
People say,
influence
man, if
there
Snoop
for
did,
sure.
if Snoop quit, I can quit.
Yeah. Well, especially too,
You know?
when you've got something going wrong because
Meek-
you've been
Meek
smoking
Mill said-
for.
Meek Mill said there's so much additives in today's weed that it's bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I believe him.
I can't imagine that smoking anything is good for your lungs.
Hey,
Like-
I had a problem when I was a kid. Me and my buddy, we wanted so bad to smoke, and we rolled up in paper coffee grinds, and it was like, and we had a whole bag of them. We had like 40 or 50 of those things, and bro, it felt like we were smoking a campfire. I mean, it's non-filtered paper going right into your lungs. I mean, it
Smoking
burnt so bad.
coffee.
I probably took 12 years off my life, and I only had 2 of them. And I didn't smoke the whole thing. I put like 2 puffs, and I thought it was so cool. And it was literally paper on fire with coffee grinds on the inside.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's,
it didn't taste like
hey.
coffee. We smoked paper.
You've lived a full life. I mean,
Yeah, it's unfortunate. With that, I got a final thought here today.
Here's my final thought.
Hey, let's be honest. The financial climate is unstable, and rent in many places has skyrocketed. Can we all agree on that?
we can agree.
To the point where people are really doing anything to make it work, including a new form of rent called hot bedding. Corey, would you like to give a go on what you think hot bedding is?
I'm trying to PC myself right now. I'm trying to
What does that
keep
mean?
the political correctness. I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to-
Oh, filter, baby. Filter,
yeah,
filter.
I'm trying to filter myself.
No more death threats coming at us after this podcast.
But I dare say it's got to be. It sounds like it's some form of you're renting your space to someone else and they share your bed with you.
Ding, 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 ding. That's incredible. Wow. That's incredible that you would know that.
It's a spicy bed.
So we have guys in the military in our church that they call it hot bunk. And
Yeah,
it's
okay.
basically like if you have 12 hours in the bunk and you get out and somebody else jumps in and you share a bunk with people. I think a lot of the submarine guys, I could be wrong, but I think some of those guys do the hot bunk. But
Okay.
so when I read the term hot bedding, that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Well, it's people are renting a bed and sleeping in shifts with a stranger to make rent affordable.
Oh man.
So you'll basically rent like a studio apartment. This one illustration was this girl and a guy who's a truck driver. And so he works during the day and she works at night. And so he'll sleep in it during the day. Or she'll sleep in it during the day. And then at night he sleeps in it.
Yeah.
And it rents like half the cost. They each get to sleep in the bed at their own time. And there is some psychological things that could be associated with this. Of course there are.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Duh.
It said yeah, like the fact you're sleeping in a stranger's bed. They said there could be a feeling of discomfort because you're sleeping in a bed with somebody that you don't really know. I'm like, well, that could work. I mean, that doesn't take a doctor to figure that out. I'm uncomfortable sleeping in a bed that some grown man got out of that I don't know. I don't know his sleeping habits or his hygiene habits. And I'm
Exactly.
sleeping on top of his skin.
How often are you changing sheets and washing stuff? Like that's
Listen, I'm not throwing down on y'all because you got to be in a really, really tight spot to do this, or really, really frugal, and you just need somebody to help you understand the way the world works.
yeah.
I can honestly say I think I would probably resort to anything other than this if I needed to.
Yeah. Sleep on a
You ever-
couch or something.
You ever been to a restaurant? This makes me nauseous too. I don't know why. I've had two nauseous moments on the podcast today. This is another one. It hit my gag reflex. Have you ever been to a restaurant and it's really busy? And you sit down in a chair, a table gets up and you sit down and the chair is still warm?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
disgusting to anybody else?
Yeah. That's a fart seat. Yeah. That's That's a taste the biscuit. You see,
Oh, dude, that's
taste the
disgusting.
honey sauce. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's disgusting, man. I was just thinking it could have been a person and their body heat kept that chair warm, and now you're sitting where their body heat was at. That's foul to me. That's just
baking,
gross.
They were baking muffins. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. In our new house, we have a heated toilet seat.
Whoa. You made
And
it.
I had
dude.
no idea how to handle that thing, but
Whew.
it's amazing. I'm just going to
So
tell everybody out there, I was very skeptical because I'm like, that
Yeah.
just makes me feel, again, nauseous. I don't like
someone
heat
used it.
until you get
Yeah.
up at 6 a.m. and it's cold and you sit down and all of a sudden, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So just for all you out there that want a
Okay.
Christmas present, you don't think you need one, get one. It'll change your life. It
All
was here
right.
when we got here. I don't buy those types of things. I'm too frugal.
Yeah.
But I'll take it all night long. So my advice, I have advice for all you people that are hot bedding. Okay? This will change your life. You lower your standards and get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have to,
Might as well at this point.
have two people pay rent or mortgage, right? Just lower your
Yeah.
standards and marry somebody that you can at least know who you're sharing a bed with. That's what I say.
Let's just get married at this point.
Yeah, let's just have the one covenant between you and another human and God. The most important covenant in your life, just do that to save money. That's what I would say.
Sounds like amazing advice. It's
Well, you
gonna
know
work
what
out, guys. It's gonna work out. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
just-
fine. You'll
Yeah,
be
just
fine.
lower your standards. At least you know who's in the bed. Listen,
I mean-
Isaiah 40 and
Yeah.
hey, what were you saying?
I was gonna say. I mean, you're already hot bedding, so I mean, I don't feel. Never mind. I shouldn't say.
No,
anything.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop
Hey,
myself.
in Isaiah 46:4, it says, I will be your God throughout your lifetime until your hair is white with age. I made you and I will care for you. I will carry you along and save you. And so if you're hotbedding, or if you're in a position today where you're saying, I don't know how this is going to work, listen, it's going to work because God is for you. Trust it. Believe it.
Yeah.
He's for you, man. I think all those people, there is a true undergird of fear for people. And I would say God is still God. You submit to him, you let him be your king, and he will take you from hotbedding to living your best life. Tell me that ain't the truth. Come on.
Hallelujah. I love
Tell me
it.
that ain't the truth, though.
It is.
He will. He'll take you to a place that only he can. Hey, listen, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Let me pray. Lord, I pray for each and every listener. I thank you for them today. I thank you for each and every person. I pray they would see that we have so much to be thankful for, that God, you go before us, and that, Lord, in all of the things that the world throws at us, you promise to never leave us. That, Father, today I pray that each person be encouraged, knowing that you've gone before them, you see them, your hand is on them, you love them, and you're going to take them to a place that only you can as we surrender to you and hold on to the things of you. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, we love you guys. Be safe. We'll see you out there.